this is great because it doesn't give you all that extra stuff. It's simple, it's straightforward. You know what you're getting,
But
and it gives you exactly what you want from it.
But who wants?
Everybody.
You're making a lot of assumptions
I'll say.
about what people want, dude.
Well, everybody should want this.
This is why I liked watching this show. For this moment right here. For this moment right here.
If you don't like this, you're the problem.
Yeah. Do you need a snappity snap?
Yeah, I need a snappity snap.
I'm going to do it. Do you tell me when?
And go. Don't be a dick.
See how good of a snap that was?
That was an okay snap.
It was all right.
Yo, you're gonna give me all this shit after I fucking went through all this trouble moving the fucking studio.
Yeah. Guys, look at
What
us.
you didn't
Look at our
spend time
studio.
on was working on your snap skills.
Hey, everyone, look at our fucking studio.
Look
Yeah.
at this place.
Yes.
Yes.
Mikey did work.
Mikey did work.
Lots of work.
And we are reaping all the benefits.
It's true. That's just true.
But also so are you, because this is
Yeah.
nice.
You get to look at it.
Yeah.
This feels like our lair now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to try to change the camera angles a little bit, but
For now.
Anyway,
it'll do.
so for our listeners, I was using my wife's office. I commandeered it for a while.
Yeah. And
Snipe
now
it.
it's filled with murderous cats.
Now it's filled with murderous cats. Actually, no. So my wife runs a rescue, and
It's a cat commune.
it's a cat commune.
Pretty much, yeah.
So she needed the office back. I moved the studio up to the man cave. I got a whole bunch of cool shit in the man cave. So now this is our permanent spot. Well, I guess maybe not permanent. Depends.
Permanent for now.
Semi-permanent.
Yeah.
Semi-permanent.
For now. And then, so
Sick. So welcome to the new studio.
welcome to the new studio.
We're starting it off with a banger.
A banger. Like so much banging. Almost.
Almost entirely banging.
Almost entirely almost banging.
Almost entirely.
You're almost right.
Well, like, I mean, what is banging? We got to define that.
Please
like,
do, Mikey. Please do. Yeah.
Like, because there's even like the first episode, right?
Hold on now. Before we get to that.
Yeah, we'll
Anyways,
get
okay, guys, welcome back to Anime Shmanime,
What's up?
because we haven't done this in a while.
It's been
Actually,
a bit. It's been a bit.
Yeah, for you
us.
guys. Yeah, for you guys.
You don't know.
You guys don't know how much time has actually gone by, but we haven't recorded in a little while. But
I ran away to Mexico to
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
hell away from anime and both of these guys.
Yeah,
I just fucked off from seeing any human beings for a little while.
yeah.
Monsters included.
I continue to watch anime,
I
As
also did.
Mikey does, as he does, as is tradition.
Yeah. But we're back.
but we're back.
And we're covering
Monster Musume.
Monster Musume.
Yeah.
So before we get into anything, I just have to start off this episode by apologizing to Jay, because you can't not, if you're me, you can't
Yeah.
not compare the show a little bit to Dragon Maid. And I'm sorry, dude. Really sorry for coming down on you for that show.
Yeah.
Really sorry, because honestly, I wish I was watching that show again when I was watching the show.
Yeah. So wait, before you start that,
Yeah.
this one goes out to our buddy Mitch.
Yes, Mitch.
Mitch.
The suggestion
I-
on this one was crazy.
Was the suggestion on this one because we wanted to do a harem, and then he suggested this, and I was like, "Fucking right, we're doing this."
Yeah. Mikey was so excited.
Yeah, I
So
was like,
pumped.
Just
So
because
pumped.
I knew that I was going to put Jordy through this and he was going to hate it or
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
And I think he did both a little bit.
We'll see.
But again, and also Jay is to my right now. He is no longer has Senpai's corner.
I'll still play the role as much as I
Yes.
can, but yeah, now you get to
But
look at
now
my face.
we are
Yeah.
all on the same table.
I like it.
So
Yeah.
as this is where he actually belongs.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
100%.
Yeah, he's supposed to be here
Beside Mikey.
beside me.
And away from Jordy.
Well, but now that
Yes.
I've apologized for Dragon Maid, is there no hard feelings? Can we eliminate all the past transgressions?
We'll see when season 3 of Dragon Maid comes out.
All right then. All right,
Well,
then.
everything will be equal if you
Okay,
if you
then.
watch season 3 of
Okay,
Dragon
then.
Maid.
All right.
So anyway, anime Shmanime, spoiler alert, we're going to spoil the fuck out of Monster Musume season
Yeah.
1.
It doesn't matter, though, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
they only had one season, so
What are we gonna spoil?
Yeah.
everything.
Nothing. There's nothing happened.
All the things happen. All the things.
Actually, no. Most of
No.
the things don't happen.
The one thing you think was gonna happen.
Are you
happened.
fucking
doesn't
kidding?
ever happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, granted, again, it's only one season.
True.
Okay, so like I said, Dragon Maid, it's hard not to compare for me
Yeah.
because it's kind of similar, except this one is like less about how to live in community and kind of wholesome situations and just about perversions,
Yes.
right? That's it.
It was like take all the horniest parts of Dragon Maid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's the whole show.
it's it. That's all. There's nothing else.
Nothing
No.
else.
No. There is a deeper love. Again, this is our first harem.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Which,
And-
for
and-
anybody who doesn't know, a harem is a genre of story that got really big in the 80s in Japan, and it involves any story where a usually male protagonist is surrounded by 3 or more potential sexual partners.
I love how there's
that are
specific parameters there, yeah.
all fawning after him.
Yeah.
And he has his pick of the litter, so to speak.
Yeah.
Obviously, this can be gender flipped around in many different ways. There are harems for girls, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But generally speaking, as far as anime goes, you're getting
Yeah.
one guy, a plethora of girls
Yeah.
to pick from.
Without knowing much about the genre, I feel like this is peak harem anime.
Pure.
Yeah, this is pure. This is
Like it's a genre defining show.
this is a peak harem fan service.
What you guys can't
Yeah.
see because the table is Mikey's really hard and will be the whole time.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see
It's
it.
making me uncomfortable.
No, I'm in the middle, man. I'm probably going skiing right now.
What?
Yeah, what?
Oh man,
Because you enjoyed this. Don't lie.
Let me tell you what I
Don't
enjoyed
lie.
about this.
We'll get
Let
to
me
it.
tell you
Yeah.
what I enjoyed. Okay, what I enjoyed was how absurd it was. Like it was funny how
Yeah.
absurd it was.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
Uh-huh.
What I really enjoyed was anticipating how you're going to defend the show and how you're going to talk about the show. Like I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that.
See, now I feel bad too because, like, I mean, this isn't like a shock thing for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've
Yeah.
had plenty of exposure to this kind of content
Sure.
in my anime years
Yeah.
through my days.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, every kid, you know what I mean, saw like Dragon Ball Z hentai and all these types
Sure.
of things all over the internet. You know, it
Yeah.
was impossible to avoid growing up. You know, so I'm like a little bit numb to it, but it had been so long since I had like seen anything kind of like this.
Yeah, and had to
then-
watch a whole series of it.
yeah, and you ended up
exactly.
watching the uncensored one.
Exactly, coupled with the fact that I'm the only one of the 3 of us that watched this uncensored.
Well, okay, so I'm watching everything on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Same.
And so I didn't know that there was another. There was
I
an
don't.
uncensored one. I'm sure I should have known.
But
Now you do know, and you're gonna go watch it.
it changes
Yeah.
things. It really changes things. So
Yeah.
like there was that shock aspect, but for me, like it was just I couldn't believe that the whole show was just like the one gag basically.
It's
drawn
literally
out.
perverted monster of the
I
week.
really thought there was going to be something else, some like core of like heart
Yeah.
to this story, similar to like Dragon Maid, right? Where like
Yeah.
when you get past the fluff, there's like some heartfelt, endearing morality shit mixed in there.
Yeah.
Not here.
No.
No.
No, so
all.
this is great because it doesn't give you all that extra stuff. It's simple, it's straightforward. You know what you're getting,
But
and, you
like-
and it gives you exactly what you want from it.
But who wants?
Everybody.
You're making a lot of assumptions
I'll say.
about what people want, dude.
Well, this is everybody should want this.
This is why I liked watching this show. For this moment right here. For this moment right here.
If you don't like this, you're the problem.
Yeah.
And also, everybody is of age in this anime.
Debatable.
You know they are.
Debatable.
Dude, I will fuck you up right now.
Dude, let's we are gonna get there.
Okay,
Let's
okay.
hop to do we have a senpai corner? Do you want to chat about this a
I
bit?
got a quick senpai corner just based on
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the background and the creation.
Okay,
Of this. I'll
yeah.
just fly through it.
Go, let's go.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So Monster Musume, or in Japanese, as Jordy loves to always know.
Yeah. Does that even apply to what you're saying right now?
The gasp of breath just caught me so off guard there. I was like, whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Monsuta Musume no Iru Nichijo, or Everyday Life with Monster Girls, is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Okayado. The series is published in Japan by Tokuma Shotenin in their monthly comic Ryu magazine and by Seven Seas Entertainment in the United States, with the chapters collected and reprinted into 17 tankobon volumes to date. That's actually a pretty big manga series, 17 volumes.
Yeah.
Is the manga censored or uncensored?
Uncensored, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, man. Is that even a question?
I would say
Nice.
manga is often uncensored. Like
Okay, makes sense.
even in like stories that you wouldn't expect it. Like there's a zombie one that I was reading, and
Just
it's
throw
just
a boob in there for
just
no reason?
titties everywhere, man, everywhere. It's not,
right.
and it's not trying to be that kind of
Yeah.
manga
Yeah.
at all. It's just they're just like there's titties.
There's
Yeah.
like,
Deal
well,
with
we
it.
can, so we might as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it says like age group like 15.
Oh, good.
Like it's just different there, man.
Yeah.
So Monster Musume revolves around Kimihito Kurusu, a Japanese student whose life is thrown into turmoil after accidentally becoming involved with the interspecies cultural exchange program. In September 2014, now this is interesting, the Monster Musume website ran a series of polls asking what readers would want to see in an anime adaptation. So before this anime was even made, they actually polled the readers of the manga and said, "What do
shit.
you guys
I
want?"
would love to see those emails.
Right?
Because
The
there's probably
responses?
some depravity in there.
Oh yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying. You want this.
Who's you,
You
though?
wanted
Who are you
this.
talking to?
The fans wanted
Yeah,
this. This is
Yeah.
by the fans for the fans
Okay.
this type of show. You know what I mean?
Fan
Alright.
service at its peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was followed in March by the announcement that a television series would begin airing in July 2015. The series, directed by Tatsuya Yoshihara and scripted by Kazuyuki Furuyasu, was animated by the animation studio's Lerch. It stars Junji Majima as the voice of Kurusu Kimito and Sora Amamiya as Mia, the snake. There's a bunch of other credits I could give there, but I'm just going to butcher a bunch of Japanese names.
We're
so
good
I
without
won't
that,
bother.
yeah.
She's the Lamia.
Yeah. Yes, the snake.
And they have a body pillow of her.
Of course they do.
Yeah, and it's like it's so fucking long. You can literally wrap it around yourself
Yeah.
like several times.
And how many of those body pillows that got sold are now filled with loads? How many of them?
How many of those are bored stiff?
I'm going to go with all. All of them.
Oh
right.
shit. Okay.
Well, are we gonna dig
Let's
in?
move on. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
it's-
start by talking about the world, and it's like kind of just Japan with monsters.
Yeah.
But it's a good opportunity to dig into the concept of the what did you call it? The monster exchange program or something?
Yes.
Yeah, the cultural exchange.
Yeah.
program, I
Okay.
think that's
So
what it's called.
the concept, monsters exist, and the government's been keeping them a secret, and now they're integrating them into society by having them link up with like host people and host families. Right.
Yeah,
That's the concept of the show. But there's rules,
Yes.
and so the rules are no sex, obviously, because that's the premise of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna interrupt you here for a second.
Okay.
Because here's the fucked up thing, right? Like, so did you watch the episode all the way through to the end where they show you like the card where it has like the lamias like and all the different types of snakes?
So I
snake
did
monsters.
find that exists. I found that existed on like the second last episode, and I was like, I'm not going back to see any of those.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them. I love them because they give you a little bit of a history and like, because there's different types, right?
A bunch of history on the fuck monsters.
Yeah, but because here's the thing, like lamias and like the harpies and all that stuff,
Yeah.
they can't actually reproduce without a human.
Really?
Yeah,
Is this like lore outside of Monster Musume?
yeah.
Is this like
So I'm just pulling it up right now,
yeah?
and
The issue with this, that kind of like irked me though, is like delivering this kind of exposition and this kind of information in a little card you have to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the show.
No one's watching that.
It kind
yeah, it's true.
Because here's the reason why though is
Find
because
another way.
when all the fans wrote in what they wanted, none of them give a shit about that history except Mikey. He's the only one who needs to know about the lore of the monsters that he wants to fuck.
No, okay, but I like lore in general. You're
Yeah,
telling me
you're right.
like if you're not watching like
Yeah.
because you like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, sure.
And so you're telling me you don't want to know the lore and like what happened in the Hobbit.
I love that
and all that stuff.
Sure,
and
but
like
if I'm
where
like
the
into
backgrounds of the
like elven
ogres,
themed
and, yeah.
porn, I don't need the lore for that.
Well, are you not interested at least a little bit?
In separate worlds, yes. Lord of the Rings, give me the lore. Lord of the Rings themed porn parodies, you can leave the lore out of that one for me. That's all I'm saying.
It's still
man.
a cool world.
Yeah.
It's still a cool world. But
Listen,
anyway,
I wanted to see the different subspecies of all of these monsters just as much as anyone else. Simply, mostly like for the design and the aesthetic and like because like hilarious as some of the design choices are in this, some of the monsters at least look cool.
yes.
Sure, yeah. I think what's happening is you desperately wanted some substance, and the show that was not why the show existed. You know what I mean? Like you wanted a little more substance, a little more.
What more substance do you need?
Dude,
Anything
that's not perverted.
That's all the
Like,
substance that's available.
How about story? How about character development? How about background? How about
story?
lore?
There is character development. There's lore. Lamias can't reproduce without a human.
Motivations outside of fucking.
Yeah, would have been nice.
Oh, there's total motivations without fucking.
Who has motivations outside of the realm of just fucking?
So Kimihito,
Darling. He's the object of the fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
For the monsters because they're falling in love with him, but
Yeah.
he's the one that's trying to keep everybody safe, right? And then trying to make sure that they don't actually have to go back and be deported. They're
Right,
the
but
ones.
so here's my
Let's
issue.
fucking go.
Okay,
Let's go.
here's my issue. Okay? It's like, I get that, right? And like
Yeah.
I think they did a decent enough job adding all that stuff in after the fact, okay?
Yeah.
But this is all working around the idea that he needs to avoid fucking them.
Yeah.
That's the actual plot device here is this guy is avoiding fucking them. They can dress that up as him protecting them, looking after them, making sure they don't get deported. They can add in all those things after the fact. But at the core of this show, it is the girls want to fuck him and he has to avoid it.
Yeah.
Everything else is
true.
fluff added after
true.
the fact to make this into something
It's
that's
true.
not just porn. And that was where I caught myself so many times with this show.
Yeah.
And it's also because it was uncensored, okay? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
often don't see that in anime, seeing full-blown nipple, wet t-shirts where you see the nipple through the t-shirt. Like, they really go hard on it. And it crosses a line where I'm watching this and I'm like, am I supposed to be like, jerking off to this? Like, is that the intention here? Like, is this porn or is it not porn? Because I kept catching myself being like, this is porn.
Yeah.
This is hentai. But then it also wasn't at the same time because it was so softcore that it was like
it's edging. It's edging.
And
So you're supposed to
like
finish
that.
the episode and then jerk off afterwards, is what you're saying.
So wait.
I don't
okay.
like being caught in the middle like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I either like my anime to watch it like that, or there's actual hentai if jerking off is the goal.
And for me, dude, it like I said, one of the only enjoyable parts of the show was the fact that it was making me laugh at how absurd it was. If it was throwing that like obscene like nipples and like crazy shit like that at me as well, I would then now feel guilty about laughing and maybe not be laughing as hard, and then the enjoyment goes away.
No. Wait. You can't tell me that you haven't gone to like, you found a character, you've looked up the Rule 34 on it, and then you've gone to go watch a hentai to rub one out after.
I've never done that.
Jay, for our listeners, Jay can't keep a straight face.
That exact methodology of like, character looking up the Rule 34, going and finding the hentai. No, not that specific order of things. But have I come across stuff that I'm like, I recognize that?
Yeah,
absolutely. But seriously, I compartmentalize. Like when I watch this stuff, like I'm a huge Dragon Maid fan.
Sure.
I am not watching Dragon Maid hentai.
Sure.
It's going to taint it for me.
It'll ruin
It's going
it.
to ruin it
Yeah.
for me. I need to compartmentalize
And then
that.
it makes it better.
Yeah.
It always makes
I
it
just
better.
don't like that conflicted feeling where it's just like, am I watching porn right now or am I not?
It's like because
That's a different thing for me.
right? Because right now, for example, like Spy X Family is out.
Okay.
Right, like it's on like their
It's a
fourth
big popular one right now, yeah.
And yours, my new favorite waifu.
I don't know who that is, but
She's the assassin lady.
Are you just
in
taking the excuse here to tell us who you're jerking off to these days?
Yes.
Is that what we're doing here?
Okay. But it's the same thing, right? It's a great anime right now, and there's nothing really sexual about it at all.
Yeah.
But you go to the Rule 34, you look it up, and then you go back to the anime. It doesn't taint it for me. It just makes me love her even more. and let me right.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it's a different level of compartmentalizing these things. You know what I mean?
We're
Everyone's going to be
getting
different
to
for
the
it.
like meat of like the who we are and how we approach these kind of situations.
But listen, like
for
there's
sure.
a massive following for this show, so there are a lot of
Yes.
people that are exactly like
Yeah.
Mikey. You know what I
They're
mean?
just filling their body
and
pillows.
beyond, and beyond.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like this one for me, it was just like, I don't know, it just didn't land anywhere for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm same.
All right,
for me
well,
as
my
sir.
Shweebs, I need you guys
Yeah.
to fucking comment below and tell us what you guys think, because I know some of you out there have an opinion.
For sure.
I
And
hope
listen,
they do. Yeah.
Listen,
And Mitch, I know you do too.
no judgment to anybody that enjoys this show because
sure,
I
Except
see
Mikey.
it. I see it and I can see how somebody could think about it differently than me, but just personally for me, it was like, I don't know. I would just watch this and be like, I should just go watch hentai or I should just
Yeah.
go watch regular anime because
Yeah.
I'm going to get it better
Yeah.
from either of those places than anything this is doing.
Yeah, I'm judging a little bit, to be honest.
This
with you.
is like
I know you said you're not, but I'm judging a little bit.
this is like the
Little bit.
appetizer. You don't think of it
the
as an
warm-up.
appetizer. Yeah, the warm up.
You
The
just
foreplay.
play a long game when it comes to jerking off. Is what you're telling me. You play a long game.
I play a long game.
Anime is masturbatory foreplay.
Yeah. Except the
Essay
masturbatory,
by Mikey Lee.
the actual masturbatory act is also anime for Mikey as well too. He goes from one to the other. Okay.
Anyway,
let's get back.
let's
That was a
get-
huge tangent, but that's what this episode's going to be.
Unhinged episode.
I was going to say there's more rules, but I don't think they fucking matter. So let's move on past them.
I'm down.
Let's talk about the art because you hit on something when you talked about watching the uncensored and like just how hard in the paint they went on the nipples and the wet t-shirts and the camel toes. Like the positions these girls were like standing in and sitting in half the time are porn positions.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
great.
That like struck me as odd. And that's another blurred line where like, am I watching porn or anime? Because they're literally half the time they're bent over with their pussy showing from the back, right?
Yeah.
Like that's half what you're watching in this show.
Or like Mia's little she wears underwear, but it's just this triangle.
Yeah.
Piece of triangle.
And it
Yeah.
gets stuck to his hand, and he says it's warm and sticky.
Yeah.
You know,
dude.
it's like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Like this is so not
why
necessary.
not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because it's so heavy-handed. You know what I mean?
But
It's
that's,
really
but that's
heavy-handed.
the charm of this.
And
is like,
hold on, when it was
Yeah.
when it was censored, the heavy-handedness to me felt like a joke.
Yeah.
Just like in Kill la Kill, the over-the-top heavy-handedness, I was like, oh, I see what you're doing, and it's funny, it's working.
Yeah.
If I were to have watched it uncensored, I'd be like, I'm not sure if you're trying to tell a joke anymore.
Yeah.
Now
and-
I'm not sure if it's
See?
funny.
And now it's like, what are the creators of the show intending for me to feel in this
Yeah.
moment when it's like it crosses that line and you
Yeah.
get fucking
Yeah.
nipples and shit? It's
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
that is a line
Yeah.
that exists. It exists in so much media, Western
Sure.
media as well. If you
Yeah.
want to show a human female nipple, you got to jump through fucking hoops. You got to change your rating. You got to
Yeah.
change all this different. It changes the whole landscape of things. Now, I'm not
Totally.
saying that's fucking right. Fucking free the nipple all
Yeah.
day long.
Sure,
you know
sure,
what I
sure,
mean?
sure. Yeah.
But like, it changes the landscape. It
sure.
can't not.
Yeah.
It enters a new realm when I'm seeing
Yeah.
nipple.
Yeah.
And not only that, I'm seeing nipple not in like jokey fun situations.
Yeah.
I'm seeing nipple as in like they're rubbing their titties in his face.
Yeah.
Being like, do you like that? And
Yeah.
like her like nipple will like pop out and he'll
Yeah.
be like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know? And
Yeah.
it's just like, this is
Yeah.
this is one direction we're going in here.
That tangent is going to keep coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to keep talking about
Because
that.
it keeps happening in the show.
Yeah. It is the show.
Yeah, well, okay, but I think it is more, even with the uncensored version, it is to be like a joke. It is lighthearted. It's not really meant to be considered a hentai. It's,
I do get that.
It's the appetizer to you going to the hentai.
You keep saying that, but I don't know if that's always what other people do. I feel like that's what
it's
you
okay.
do.
Well,
But,
so there, I mean, there is like a specific genre, right?
Yeah.
It's ecchi, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Would be the term for it, and
Sure.
it's like it's stuff that is, it's the term for that edging,
Yeah.
you know,
Sure.
genre that
it's like
walks the line.
softcore porn. It's
Etchy.
anime
It's
softcore porn.
edging.
Pretty
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whereas
so,
hentai is anime hardcore porn.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
this,
With
this
tentacles
is a,
and
this
shit.
is a lane that exists. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
one that doesn't.
Like, to be
exist in
fair,
my
dude,
head.
if we're talking non-anime, when I was a kid, yeah, I jerked off to a lot of softcore porn,
Oh yeah,
which is pretty much this.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to work with what you got.
Yeah, you got You got Baby Blue too. You got
For
Red
those
Shoe
of
Diaries.
you who have never
Latin lover.
grown
Yeah,
up without
exactly.
the
I think we
internet.
talked about this before, haven't we?
Probably. Who hasn't? Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, just before I move away from art, Jay, you mentioned that you like some of the monster designs. I don't care about that. I know you're an art guy.
What?
Which ones did you like?
I thought like I actually really like Sue.
Yeah.
I like her design. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And like
Because you like the cutesy ones, but she can go back and forth.
she it's like she was like super adorable sometimes, and then like she's more like I guess womanly.
Yeah.
You know, other times.
Yeah, because she's kind of fluid and shapeshifty in a weird way.
You know what I mean, and like yeah, but again, even with her, they found a way to give her nipples.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And breast milk, but we'll get into
Or
that
like
later.
when she
Yeah.
uses her like tentacle hair to like suck on people's heads and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other parts.
And other
Other
parts,
parts,
yeah. And then Mia, like, just like the aspects of the snake design I thought were really cool.
Sure, yeah.
I really didn't care for the implied snake vagina hole at the front
Yeah,
that she would
okay.
wear. Like, that was like, again, it's like,
Here's a question.
come on.
Where is an actual snake's vagina?
They have,
Actually,
I'll tell you.
Actually, yeah, out of everybody, Jay would know this.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I will tell you. Snakes often have essentially a vent, a scale that would lift, and it's internal.
They got a hatch.
Yeah, it's called a cloaca.
Oh, I know
is-
about the cloaca.
Is the term.
You piss and shit and fuck in that hole.
That's right.
Yeah, okay,
all,
cool.
all in one.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I know because he's all into the reptiles.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I love animals and shit like that.
So
So,
I am not surprised.
You love animals, but you don't love animals.
I don't love animals
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
that's okay. That's like a weird line.
I once again
We're
have to.
getting there.
I have to once again apologize for the Dragon Maid episode again too, because like I'm having all those feelings I felt to you towards Mikey right now, but I didn't realize that this is what it feels like. That's not what I felt towards you in Dragon Maid. Were not real feelings.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the real feelings.
Is Toru bestiality?
No,
when half of
absolutely
one of
not,
these
no.
is a horse
Yeah, no, 100%.
and stays that way.
Dude, I will apologize to you till the end of time because of this.
Horns and a dragon tail.
Yeah.
I think we can leave.
Yeah, dude, I will fuck a sexy dragon now because of this. Okay?
Yes.
Yo, there is a sexy dragon in this. There's that one episode with the fucking.
You're right,
yeah.
actually. Yeah, you're right.
But okay, no. Okay, so before we move on,
Yeah.
are you telling me you did not feel something from Ragnara?
She scared me.
No, I did not.
Yeah, she scared
okay,
me.
so
she also is a spider, which is like, there's no way I'm getting turned on by anything spider-like ever, no matter how big the boobs are.
Oh, no, man. It's just that archetype, that type. It's like, so we have a buddy.
You're a
who's-
sub, is what you're telling me. You want to be
No,
domed.
no.
You want her to tie you
know,
up.
Yeah.
You know exactly what my type is, Jay. You know exactly what it's where I think that any of the characters or my waifus are like these strong, dominant ones
Yeah.
in like their every regular day life.
Yeah.
But they completely flip in the bedroom. And I think
He likes to imagine Ragnara as a
You've
total
just,
sub.
I love
Yeah.
how you've just made up some backstory for her, some not in the show story.
Well, but still,
Yeah,
but
you've made her
but
suit what you wanted her to be.
No. Also, there has to be a little bit. So I think my buddy Baker, I love you, buddy, coined this term, and now I use it all the time.
Sure.
Is you get a fear boner. You get the fear boner when you like they could potentially kill you.
I don't want a fear boner.
I want the fear boner.
I don't. I never want to be scared while having a boner.
No, I don't want that
but
either. Yeah.
There's just that small chance that you could die, but it feels so good.
I'd
buddy.
rather
Yeah.
live with my boners.
Oh yeah, I want to feel very safe with my boner
yeah,
at all times.
I mean, I
In fact,
understand.
the
You guys need
safest.
to live a little.
In
Dude,
fact,
I-
the safest because I'm my most vulnerable.
Yeah.
No.
I understand why people like
No.
the fear boner.
The
It's
fear
just not
boner.
for me. And it's really, we're seeing the division of something here with the three of us.
I'm sorry, man. When we're talking like over 80% still animal in design,
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything off
too
of
much,
that.
yeah.
You can't just throw tits on an actual
Yeah.
spider
Yeah.
and be like
I'm
boner
all
time.
for it. All for it. She's my favorite.
right,
She's the waifu.
All right.
I think that's why I liked Sue because like she's based like aside from being like made out of like water or like slime or something, she's
Yeah.
humanoid still.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
looks like a fucking person.
So,
Yeah.
so you would go with Lala because she's a fucking.
Which one's that?
That's the. I can't remember what kind of monster she is, but she's the one. She's not on the screen back here, but she's the one that has her head cut off. Like in
No, I don't want that either. Why would I want
yeah,
that?
The headless.
Headless, yeah.
the
Why would I
headless
choose that though? Why did you think that's the one I want?
because she's the most normal looking one.
one. No, but she's death incarnate.
Yeah, I don't like that. I didn't like
We were just
that.
talking about being afraid and not wanting fear boners.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
sorry.
actually probably would give more of a fear boner than the spider.
Yeah, it's also like very off-putting the fact that like her neck is just like exposed, like her innards are exposed.
Like Rhaenyra is just really into like shibari and like tying people up in her fucking webs. Like, like I get it, that's like kind of hot, but like
the headless thing,
fucking spider.
There's like some gore and like I might barf.
You know what? We need a female anime fan on this show to back me up.
To feel uncomfortable when we talk about this awful show? Is that what you want?
Why do you think she's gonna back you up, dude?
Because there's women out there who love this show.
You're probably right.
Yeah, ladies out there who love this show, hit us up, okay?
Mikey really needs your validation really badly.
We'll have you on the show, okay? So everybody who's watching this, just keep an eye out because we're gonna have all the girls who love this show on our show next time. Okay,
Yeah.
you'll see how many we get.
Fuck you both.
Bro, you did this to yourself.
I did do that one to myself.
You did
I set
this.
myself up with that one.
Okay, let's blast on to...
Let's move on. It's already been like half an hour.
Music is our next thing, but like I don't think there's anything to say about the music of the show.
Nah, yeah, it was okay. It was your typical.
Hey Smiths,
What?
hey Smiths.
What's that?
The opening song where they're like chanting like about Agent Smiths.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't even remember. I think I skipped it every time.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
It was just like a sequence of boobs, which the show already was. So like, yeah.
Yeah. Next.
That's about it. We can start getting into characters now. I guess
do
is
it.
the next thing.
Yeah,
And actually,
yeah.
like that's the majority of the show because as we've already established, there is no plot.
It's all character.
Okay, yeah,
character
you know what?
based.
Let's just stick on characters because I love all the different characters in this.
Yeah.
So, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character?
Actually, before we even go to the character, the plot is they all have to try to get married to Kimihito.
You can call him Darling. That's what they all call
Darling,
him.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
Darling.
Yeah.
I think this was. I don't know if this was the OG Darling before Darling and the Franks. 'Cause this came out.
This came out way before.
Yeah, way before Darling and
Yeah.
the Franks. Anyway,
I don't know if I could pick a favorite character, dude. To be honest with you,
come on, man.
I don't care for any of them that much. Like,
Who made you laugh the most?
honestly, probably the harpy girl.
I knew you were gonna say Pappy, man. I knew it.
Probably, but she's
Yeah.
also the one that makes me feel the most uncomfortable.
Because she has to try to lay an egg.
No, because
No,
she's
she
a
has
child.
an actual child's body.
She
Yeah.
is not. Okay, a child.
Oh no, you're
No.
right. No, she's 1,000 years old. Very convenient.
She is.
Very convenient.
This is the thing about
Very
anime.
convenient. Yeah.
This is the thing about anime. You
Yeah.
have like fucking 1,000-year-old demons.
It's all
and
about
monsters.
justifying your twisted perversions. Because she's a child, man.
Well, I'm not into Pappy.
Okay.
I'm
but
into the
dude.
fucking spider
Yeah.
monster.
Dude,
Sure.
She is filling the loli role.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
oh,
is.
yeah.
It is a thing. There are people that are into it.
Yeah.
I don't like those people. I don't want to
I
converse with
agree.
you. I
Yeah.
don't want to hang out with you and discuss what you
We're not
like
king
and what you don't
shaming.
like.
Okay.
I'm not
No,
king shaming.
but I think they went extra hard with her in this regard, and the egg laying scene was like so much, man. It was so extra, dude. Like, and yeah, I mean, they also go full nudity with her as well, and there it did hit me a little uncomfortable, like,
Yeah.
we're not talking the same way that like the Twister episode of of Dragon Maid with Kana and
Right. Yeah,
like
yeah.
where they're like having like this weird little kid sexual moment, you know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
was obviously an uncomfortable scene, but like this was again crossing another line.
And another one that I was really glad I watched a censored version because I would have had to turn it off, I'm sure, to be honest with you. I would have had to turn it off, dude.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like so many crotch shots of Pappy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the fact that they just
or like when
they-
she's bathing in the fountain.
Dude, when she
Yeah.
births her snake or her egg, or whatever, and it's like really uncomfortable to watch, man. Really uncomfortable.
they
And then
coax the egg out sexually.
yeah.
And then
And
they-
she reacts sexually as
Yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah.
and then they eat an egg in the next scene.
They are eating
Yeah.
eggs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I mean, like,
It's not okay, dude. It's not okay. For me, like
I'm just saying, like, you can fill that like lolly archetype character in your shows,
Yeah.
and remain tasteful. You
or
know
maybe
what I mean?
just don't do that in your shows if they're this porny. Just leave that one
what I
out.
mean.
Yeah,
That's
leave
what
that
I
one
mean.
out.
But you can't. This show was made for
Yeah.
the fans. Like you said, they asked people what they
Yeah.
wanted to see.
And the people who wrote that on their card are the people who I hate.
He doesn't mean it. Keep watching the show, please.
We want to see Pappy laying an egg.
Yeah. And then I want them to eat the egg. Yeah.
And she likes when the egg comes out. It's like, who are you? Who are you?
So, anyways,
anyway.
that one's problematic. To me.
Well, I mean, come on, it's pretty funny. Like
I love how that was
I
your
laughed at
favorite
it.
character, though.
Yeah, that's your favorite character. Yeah,
You
your favorite
asked me
character.
who made me laugh the most, and
I did.
honestly, like as far as
Yeah.
enjoyable scenes, she had the most enjoyable scenes and the most uncomfortable scenes.
Yeah, or
So,
like when Mia's always trying to cook, and the funny thing when she's trying
that was
to
funny too.
Yeah, right. Like
yeah, she sucks at it.
Yeah.
Everything's burning and disgusting.
Yeah, and when you're cooking and in an anime like this, you can like and subscribe.
You're a fucking snake, buddy. Not
like I just
you're
got
more of a
hit by a
snake than
truck.
she is. Yeah.
Oh my god, came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything. I was trying to find a good segue, but
Sorry,
fuck
you
it.
slipped. It's better when there's not a good segue.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
When
All
there is a
right.
good segue, you end up doing a poor job.
Okay. But anyways, my Shweebs, like and subscribe. Tell people about us. It would really help us out. Comment below. Turn
Yeah.
on the notifications. All that good stuff.
All the good things.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Tell us what you think of the new studio.
Yeah. Well,
Thank
hopefully-
Mikey for all his hard work because I didn't yet. Thanks, Mikey. I love you.
Oh, you're welcome. I love
Okay,
you.
cool.
too.
Yeah.
I did thank him.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one of us is a good friend.
Yeah. Right now, you have the coolest background.
Yeah, it's Jay's.
Yeah, that's my beauty flag.
Okay, let's get back into some more characters.
Okay.
So we were talking about Mia the snake, so it would behoove us to talk about the shedding scene with her. I mean, all the plot points in this show we're going to talk about as character points because there is no plot.
Yeah.
So the shedding scene, yes, it's a plot point, but it happens to her, so we'll talk about it in terms of her.
That works. Yeah,
It was uncomfortable.
sure was.
You didn't like the fact that like the only way he could get him off him is by get off.
That too. That as well.
That he had to jerk off her tail.
Of course. Of course.
That was the first scene of the whole
The
show.
first scene right away.
Yeah.
Okay, but get this. That first scene, uncensored, okay? He wakes up and her boobs are pressed into his face.
Yeah.
The uncensored version, a nipple pops out.
Yeah, of course.
Right into his face.
Yeah.
So right off the bat,
They're
I'm-
really setting
yeah.
the scene for you.
30 seconds in, I'm getting full blown nipple
Yeah.
for the first time in an anime in I don't even know how many years.
Yeah.
Well, let's think about this for a quick second here. Culturally, right? The Lamias probably don't wear human clothing.
But don't
If they want to attract a human lover, they're probably going to have to.
Not necessarily. They don't have
Let's-
to.
hold
Like, are
on.
you saying like?
Let's talk about this for a second. Culturally, Lamia's not real. Right? So it doesn't matter.
Culturally speaking,
Yeah. Not real life. So it doesn't matter.
oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Listen,
Well,
I don't.
within the lore.
I don't know.
But dude, this is
You're
what,
the
I,
only
this is
one
what
who
I said
knows.
before. All of this lore is just being tacked on to allow them to do this outrageous shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're adding in random snake physiology things like, oh, she's wrapped up around him
Yeah.
because she can't regulate her own body
Exactly.
heat
The
because she's a
shedding,
reptile.
all those elements.
It's all just dress up around the fact that they want him to jerk off her tail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They want him to make her have an orgasm in the bathroom. Like
Yeah.
those are the actual driving points, and they're just like, all right, how do we dress this up with some snake factoids to make it
That's it.
feel like lore?
That's it. I bet you no one was thinking Lamia when they were writing in those factoids. They were thinking snake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck the snake girl.
Yeah.
How do we do it?
How do we fuck
Yeah.
the snake girl? Yeah, or how do we make it?
How do we make her look good?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so
fair.
man, we could talk about all the characters. Like we talked about the slime a little bit, Sue.
Sue, yeah. Who like again, I felt a little bit better about because of the humanoid thing, but
Yeah.
then there was the other side aspect of the fact that she had basically no intelligence or
Yeah. She's
social
like
skills.
mentally a child. She's physically a child. She's mentally a child.
right.
Yeah.
Which again, it was just like a layer of discomfort.
Yeah, agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
There's so much of this.
Let's just say a blanket statement that this show makes you feel discomfort.
Generally,
A blanket.
I am discomforted.
Mikey felt the discomfort because his pants got tight. We felt the discomfort because it was uncomfortable.
now, Jordy, I will say you mentioned a few times certain characters did make you laugh. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
oh, yeah,
Sue
yeah.
had some funny moments
For
And
sure.
I did catch myself laughing as well
Yeah.
throughout this show.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I was. it was so outrageous that I was kind of giggling. But then you're right. I was followed up immediately with these like weird shame feelings.
Yeah. Shame.
It's okay. Just
like, what is
accept the
going on?
shame.
For
Accept
me,
it.
I didn't feel as much shame
Accept the
because
shame.
I kept thinking like I might turn this off.
Yeah.
So like to me, I didn't feel like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jerk off. No, wait, shame. To me, it was like,
No, live your truth. Live your truth.
dude, I'm telling you what my truth was. It's different than yours. Okay.
Okay, well, let's keep going
anyways,
with the characters.
Move on. Let's
Okay,
move on.
Who else is
let's
there?
talk about. We'll go for the monsters because there's 2 human characters worth talking about too. But let's get through the monsters too first. So there's a centaur,
Yeah,
who's like kind of your like
Centauria.
warrior type or whatever,
yeah,
right?
warrior race.
Yeah, exactly. She
but
carries a fake sword around.
so the centaurs are the only race that don't have, or sorry, that have a male counterpart. I think that, and I think the mermaids.
In real life, are we talking about here or in this show?
culturally.
Because once again, not real life. Okay.
In the lore.
In the lore, there's
Yeah.
no male lamias, there's no male harpies, there's no
Yeah.
male slimes.
Yeah, because the
Culturally,
lamia,
there's no male slimes.
lamias and the harpies, they have to have a human
Okay.
to reproduce.
All right.
A male human to reproduce.
Yeah, so I mean, one of our first scenes with Centauria is
He's riding her and her boobs pop out.
They sure do.
Yeah.
They sure do. So again, uncensored. You guys got what? Blinding rays of light.
Just white.
Yeah,
just
white.
white boobs. Like
Yeah.
sheer white boobs.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, man. Not me.
You got
Yeah. That's great.
big old horse nips.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Not to mention, throughout the show, her shirt is almost always wet.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Horses
usually,
sweat.
Yeah.
Usually Sue has something to do with
Of course. Yeah.
And culturally,
How clever of them to write that in just to make them
Yeah,
wet occasionally. There's
Culturally-
a water slime character.
if somebody rides her,
Yeah. That's like
that-
rape.
no, well, yeah,
They described that.
Yeah, yeah.
She said that, right?
Yeah, it's like rape, but also, like if they allow that to happen, it's like that's the person that they're destined to be with.
Yeah,
it's
and
like a
so that's just
bonding
another
thing.
reason why
Yeah.
she is fiercely fighting to fuck him over all the other monsters. Because he wrote her.
She literally envisions like a future with him where
Yeah.
they're like warriors together and
Exactly,
then they
yeah.
also fuck.
Yeah, well, they all do, right?
Sick.
They all want to get married to him.
Yeah, because he's allowed. That's the other thing. We glossed over all the rules earlier.
Yeah.
They grant him, he's the one that Smithson says, like, oh, maybe we're going to try eventually getting married to these monsters, so you can be the first one. Pick which one you like the most. That's the plot of the show. Okay, so who else do we have here? We talked about the spider a little bit, that Mikey has a hard on for her.
Yeah.
There's a
got
mermaid.
Lorelai.
Who is like
Lorelai.
fine as a character.
Yeah,
like,
she didn't. I don't think she really added a lot.
her
other
thing that's
than-
weird, because they all have a thing that's weird.
Yeah.
Her thing that's weird is like she doesn't actually want to be with him. She just wants to be with him and know that it's never going to happen.
Yeah,
She wants the tragic love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she wants the tragic
Yeah.
love. She's the hopeless romantic. She's the,
okay with being a side piece.
Yeah,
It's
she
not even
wants,
just
she
okay,
wants
that's
to
what she
be
wants.
a mistress.
That's right.
She
Right?
wants
She
to
wants-
always fawn over him and never get him because
Yeah.
someone else got
No,
him.
she wants to kind of get him, but
She's
like,
a cuckold. She's a
but
cuckold.
like she just wants him to use her.
Yeah,
And not actually
Yeah.
requite the love.
Yeah, she's like emotional masochistic.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because
Okay,
she's
yeah,
not.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think she's like actually masochistic.
But it's her kink.
But she's also like
Yeah.
super jolly about it.
it's her.
Yeah.
It's her,
Like
it's her,
she's stoked about
it's
it.
her
Yeah.
kink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally her kink.
yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the 2 human characters. We'll talk about Darling first, I guess. Who is just like a guy thrown into this fucking wacky situation.
He's your everyman.
Everyman. Yeah.
He's your. How can we get one guy that like the most of these sweaty fucking
Yeah.
basement dwelling dudes are gonna
Yeah.
somehow relate to?
Exactly. But the thing is that they put him in a situation where he just like can handle all this. Whereas like your average human being, no way. No way
Well,
you're
'cause
putting
they-
up with this in
they,
your
They
life.
make him kind of like the ultimate optimist and like the ultimate
Yeah.
like everything just rolls off my shoulders. I
Yeah.
roll with the punches. and
He's so
kinda
happy-go-lucky that he's
Yeah.
like, a giant spider with tits lives in my house now? All right.
All right, cool. Yeah, that sounds. That's
I guess I'll
great.
try not to fuck her too.
He's super sweet in certain situations
He
too.
is.
Like he's like a good dude to
He
them.
does, to Mikey's
often.
point, he is always defending them. You know what I mean? Like he's beating up, like, because there's a racism angle in this show too, right?
Yes.
Like he's beating up dickheads who are like chirping the monsters in racial ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's defending their honor.
He's likable, just generally likable. I mean, that's all he has to be.
Yeah.
You know what I
Totally,
mean?
yeah.
Just likable, good guy.
Yeah.
Not a piece of shit. Otherwise, if he was even a little bit of a piece of shit,
The show's ruined.
he's just fucking everybody the whole way through.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely, yeah.
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 So it
You-
hinges
you
on
have-
him being a good dude.
Yeah, because he has to be a good guy.
Yeah.
In order for this to work. Because if he
Exactly.
was a bad guy, this would not be funny or enjoyable to watch.
Porn.
I mean, it
Well,
already
it
is
Just,
that.
it would go full blown hentai because he'd be fucking them all.
Yes, and also I don't think I would watch that because it would just be, I don't know, weird if he was a bad guy. Like,
But isn't that giving you more of what you want though?
What you want.
no,
Because you want more of the Rule 34 shit, right?
no, so not,
No,
not
he wants
no.
to watch this and then later
Go
watch
to
the Rule 34 stuff. So after
okay,
this is
okay,
done,
okay,
he'll
okay.
then later look up a video where Darling is an asshole
No,
and
no, no,
does
no,
fuck
no,
all
no.
the monsters.
No, I'm all about nice guys. I like when they're nice.
Okay.
I feel like if a guy is a douchebag or
Yeah.
anything like that, it's just a turn off.
Sure.
Because
Okay.
it's just now mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mean
Just
guys
don't like
don't turn
mean
me
guys.
on either.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we agreed on something.
You guys don't turn you on. Eh?
Mean guys don't really turn me on.
No.
Okay. No.
Okay,
I
well,
like a
there-
good nice guy.
Yeah, me too. We agree on something.
Okay,
Nice.
there we go.
Okay, let's talk about Smith.
Smith.
I like her.
I mean, she's the only kind of non-sexual character in the show, but she's also a little sexual.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Right.
find out she's like got a thing for him too. Like,
Yeah,
back
of course she
then.
does.
I think she
Obviously.
was modeled after fucking Makoto from Eva.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
I
because
can
she
kinda
has
see
that feel like she's like a boss bitch, but she's also kind of like the hot boss bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
She also,
yeah.
I get the feeling that she has a sense of humor. Like, she knows what she's doing to Darling. Like, she's tossing all these monsters into his life, and you get the feeling she knows. She's like, this guy's gonna have a fucking time with this one. You know what I mean? Like, there's a little
She's
bit of
just
that
like a
element.
troll.
Yeah, a
Just-
little bit.
yeah.
She's a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. She was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about half of the shit in this show, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
This is gonna be a quick one, guys.
Yeah, let's like get into the plot a little bit, I guess now.
Sure.
So we talked about the first scene already and how like impactful that was. It really set the stage for what I was going to experience. He jerks off the tail, and she comes in the first like
Sure
5
does.
minutes of the show.
yeah.
A snake monster comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, here we go. Thanks, Mikey.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And then
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep, you're welcome.
yeah. So apparently, Darling's not supposed to be a host. Like that was an accident. Which is another thing
Yeah.
that leads to him being kind of like hit the character that he is. Like it just fell into his lap, as everything in this show kind of does, right? So I thought that was kind of funny. And then yeah, he ends
Everything's
up-
happenstance for him, right?
exactly, yeah. Okay, so I wrote down some like moments or episodes, like when he meets Poppy, she like snatches him out of the air, and then right away she like immediately, because she's a child, gives like a very sloppy graphic blowjob to a popsicle. Like that's her first scene.
A peach popsicle
Peach,
Yeah.
yeah.
that melts into
Yeah.
having veins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She slops
Okay,
on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
While he holds it for her
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
crotch level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Explain yourself, Mikey. Explain yourself, Mikey.
Is this lore?
No, dude, she's 1,000 years old,
Yeah, it's
man.
just
Oh, so this is
okay.
culturally
Cult-
okay.
Yeah, exactly. Culturally,
Culture. Well, I mean, she can't eat the popsicle otherwise. She doesn't fucking have hands, right?
very convenient, Mikey.
Okay. Let's switch gears here for a second. Let's switch gears here for a second. Okay. Okay. So this is our first harem. What did you think of the harem aspect of, a guy and then all these girls wanting to get with the
I think
one
it
guy?
led to the worst possible outcome for the plot of a show. Like, there was no way they make a good show out of that.
But it's such a popular fucking category.
Because it's a fantasy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like that power fantasy. Like,
Yeah.
It's
but it's just sexually charged as opposed to like power fantasy of like, oh, I can fucking blow some guy up with like an energy beam or something.
Yeah.
This is like, I can fuck all these girls with my energy dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally,
Like
yeah.
it's
But a
just
lot-
transferred to that.
He doesn't
lot
even
of
have the
harem,
energy
though.
dick.
Yeah.
That's for you as a viewer to assume you have.
Yeah. And
right.
usually
Yeah.
though, like I mean, other than this one, like some of the harems out there, they don't actually, like the guys don't actually know that all these girls are really into him, right? They're
Yeah.
kind of oblivious.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, which also kind of makes it for a bit more comedy, and I mean, it's definitely overplayed a lot.
Yeah.
And it's usually harems are usually in with other different anime.
The thing is that how are they not all just this every time? It's just this like over and over again, right?
It's like Mikey's
Yeah.
saying, it's usually a genre that's like in combination with another.
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
So like I don't know, like an isekai, for example, like they'll always have some sort of harem element. Like,
Okay, like it's not to have a show that's just a harem show and nothing else is not as common as like this is what you're saying.
well, it is,
or to
but
have
it's not.
one, or to have one that's like that is so heavy on just the harem aspects,
Yeah.
and a little less on the others. Because this would be paired up with like a fantasy comedy
Yeah.
setting, right? But
Sure.
like the fantasy comedy aspects take a backseat to the harem aspects
In this show.
I think, and that's
Yeah.
that ties into what I was saying before, where like the driving points in this are
Is the porny, the fucking, the
right?
harem,
That-
yeah.
the harem, and then all the
I get what
fantasy
you're
comedy
saying.
aspects,
The lore, as Mikey
the
would say.
secondary
Yeah.
stuff,
The
gets
cultural
sprinkled on.
elements, you might say.
But then you can get other stuff that's like maybe it's a high school kind of
Yeah.
drama
Yeah.
romance thing, like a shoujo anime for like girls, right?
Yeah.
But then like the harem aspect of that is the fact that there's like 5 or 6 guys that want the one girl or something,
Oh,
right?
okay. I
But
see what
like,
you're saying.
but that only shows its face here and there.
Yeah.
The rest of the story has to do with being in high school and the regular shoujo stuff, right?
Yeah, I got you.
So this is just harem forward,
I get you.
big
Okay.
time.
I get you.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I didn't like it as much. Like I don't dislike the
Disappointed
idea
in
of
you.
a harem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I get the fantasy. You know what I mean? I totally get the fantasy, but I need something else, man.
Yeah, me too.
I need something else.
Me too. And I get the fantasy too, but like whether there's something else or not, I think it's just not for me. Simply as that. Sorry.
And not to mention
Yeah.
Monster of the Week much.
Yeah. Perverted monster of the week.
Yeah,
But it
which
still
is
falls
great.
into that every episode. I'm like, we're gonna get a new character.
Yeah.
And they were introducing characters right up to the very
So
fucking end.
Exactly. 100%. They were writing in new mechanisms to write in characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you meet the group of like mercenaries.
Zombie.
The
and-
zombie,
Yeah,
the
there's an
zombies,
ogre,
the mono
zombie.
eye,
Yeah. You mean Cyclops?
the cyclops. Well, yeah, the cyclops, but they're called mono eyes. All right. Yeah,
You mean culturally, they're referred to as.
the subspecies is called a mono eye.
Mike, you read all the cards at the end of every episode.
I also have them up right now.
That's when he
They're
came.
right in front of him.
That's when he came, is when the cards came up at the end.
No, because look, some of those character designs are fucking cool, okay? And I
I
like
agree.
seeing the
Sure.
different subspecies of it. Like, even if it wasn't this crazy harem sexualized thing,
Yeah.
when I'm watching any kind of fantasy, because I love fantasy,
Yeah.
seeing subspecies of stuff and seeing character designs is just cool.
I like that too in a lot of cases. This show didn't inspire me to want to know that about the characters in this show, personally.
Yeah, because you know what? That's the thing is I liked seeing them as well, but then I was just like, all I could think about, I was just like, what kind of weird perverted shit could they do with this variant?
Because that's what they wrote them for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, they have a tarantula version of the spider, so like
Yeah.
she's got hairy legs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Of course she does, dude.
Oh
Of course
yeah.
she does.
You like that, don't you?
No, actually, I like my Arcana. Like she's yes. There's also
Okay.
a girl. I can't remember what her
She's
name is,
yes.
but
She's a yes.
she's a yes. She's a
yes.
She's a yes. But she did a full on cosplay of her with like this huge piece. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's reassuring knowing there's an actual human female inside of that cosplay, right?
Like if you fucked that person, that would be like fine.
Yeah.
If you fucked that thing.
because she's not actually half
Yeah.
spider.
What is the because
Yeah.
the part that is
No.
spider is the part where the thing you fuck is.
Let's
feel like
let's
we're-
also run that by
Yeah.
on Centauria as well, okay?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
wait, so are you telling me right now that if you like say this is sci-fi instead of fantasy, and then you ended up having an alien, and then you
Sure.
had interspecies relationships,
Yeah.
you're okay with that?
What does the alien look like? Is it humanoid all top to bottom?
Yeah, a humanoid all top to
I'm
bottom.
more okay with that.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek.
Way
like,
more okay with
yeah,
that.
Guardians of the
The
Galaxy.
other thing
did
is
it
like
as well.
I know what a horse's rear end and parts look like.
Yeah, it's a little too close. To
I
home.
know what a spider's like texture of a spider's body is. I know what scales feel like.
Yeah, well, this alien could have scales.
Does it? Because I said humanoid top to bottom, and you said yes, because that
Yes,
changes
but
things.
humanoid it just means like the physically, like
Okay, well then I need
skin-wise
to ask
could
more
have-
questions. Is it scaly?
It could be scaly.
Then
yeah.
I'm not into it.
So like a Klingon.
Does it
for
have
example.
skin?
Yes.
Then maybe I'm into it.
Well, yeah, like what degree of humanoid are we
yeah,
talking
you see
about?
what I
Like,
mean?
Are we just talking
You're
about a
just
skin color
fucking
change? Like,
discriminating against everyone.
I am a proud speciesist when it comes to sex.
yes,
Proud.
yes,
Very proud.
yeah.
You need to play more Mass Effect.
Maybe. I don't know what that is.
For all my video game players out there. Also, it's a pretty old game now, but still.
Yeah, what do we
You
have
get to fuck a bunch of aliens.
Yeah, you
I
have to
mean,
fuck a bunch of aliens.
are they humanoid? Do they have scales? Like, where are we going here? What are we at with time? Do we want to talk about some more ridiculous scenes that happen in the show? Because there's a couple of crazy ones still.
Okay, let's go through
We
those.
got to talk about a few of them.
Okay,
a
so
couple of them, yeah.
There's the fucking orcs, the pigs and hogs.
Yes.
And their mission is to make all the porn on planet Earth from human women to orc women. That's what they want.
Yeah.
That's it.
They want equal rights.
No, they don't. They want all orc porn.
Yeah. They want no. They want equal representation.
I don't think that's what they wanted. I think they wanted no more human women and only orc women.
Representation matters.
Yeah, but that's not representation.
That's erasure.
That's a flip the script. It's none of this anymore and now all of this.
Okay.
But listen, it could just be the orcs' culture.
It is. Culturally, orcs would prefer, you're right, to see orc porn and not human porn. So you're right.
Also, why were they pigs?
Yeah.
You're going to tell me you don't have other orc references to use that are not just actually...
Because, you know why?
Pigs?
Because they don't give a shit about the lore.
You're right.
It's
Well, no,
only
it's
about
not-
porn and weird shit.
Well, orcs have traditionally been pigs.
Have they?
Yeah.
You're the only one here who knows anything about any of this lore.
Oh yeah, orcs. Like I mean, even like let's go back to like Zelda days with Ganondorf. Like he was an orc, and he
Were
was.
they orcs?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
this.
like that pig face.
I knew they were pigs. I didn't know they were called orcs. I'm
Yeah.
not a nerd
I
like
don't
you
know.
are, like a long-term.
Well, okay,
Classical
technically
nerd.
he's not an orc, but he's
I
he's
see
got the
now.
pig. Fuck you guys! Fuck you both! We're ending this
Stretching
podcast
hard.
today. We're ending it. We're ending this
I'm
one
too
early.
close. Mikey can hit me from here. This is bad. Gotta be careful.
You're supposed to be on my side.
I'm struggling today, man.
Let's. I mean, we can keep making Mikey angry, but I don't want to. So let's just talk about more of the
Yeah.
ridiculous scenes that we
Okay.
can all
Yes.
laugh about.
I hated the pig orcs.
I hated them too. I didn't like anything about them. Oh, also in that little story arc, there's like all of a sudden like casual murder gets introduced in the show too. Like a bunch of people just get slaughtered in that like
Yeah.
porn store.
Yeah, that's
Great.
all. Yeah, that's also true.
Okay, so at one point, Darling gets sick, and that's when they realize that Sue they can
Heal?
talk through her. No,
Yeah.
they can talk through her. They find out she can heal at the end because what happens is one at a time they use Sue because she can't get sick, right?
Yeah.
They use her to walk in the room and try and heal him with their own way, and it's all perverted and they all fail. And then in the end, what heals him? It's her breast milk, essentially. Like he's got to suck on her titties and he heals. Alrighty then, moving on.
I think there's a lot of accept it moments in this one.
I accept 0 of them.
Just
I
take it
accept that
as
someone
it
wrote
is.
them and made a show about them.
I still feel gypped that like you guys didn't watch this uncensored version.
So what does that say? Okay, what does that say about us compared to you? You went that extra mile.
I watched it as intended.
He didn't
by
he-
the creators.
Yeah.
I
I didn't watch it under this North American censor fucking umbrella that Crunchyroll does to everything.
No. Is that North American censorship or
Yeah,
is?
it's Crunchyroll.
But like,
Same thing with Tokyo Revengers.
I mean, well, yeah, okay, yeah, we can talk about
Crunchyroll
that.
is the
that
only
later.
one that censored that in the whole fucking world
Yeah.
is Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
But the other thing though is, I mean, in Japan, their porn laws are different, right? And so even in hentai, there's all that censorship. Mm-hmm. So
I'm just saying, like, as far as my choice to watch it uncensored was, I wanted to watch it as intended by the creators in Japan. The how they wanted it to be seen.
Yeah, and Mikey,
So-
stop chirping him because you know you're going to watch this uncensored now, and you know you're going to jerk off
course he
so
is.
hard to it
Of course he
immediately.
is. So like,
anyway,
I'm just saying all these scenes that you guys are like freaking out about and stuff. I'm like, they were
worse for you. Yeah,
They were worse.
Let's talk about some more of them. Let's talk about the Dryad, the weird mutated tree monster, who also
Oh,
gets healed
yeah.
by them sucking on her boobs.
yeah, she was a weird one, and then she like becomes like a little girl too, and then
Yeah.
she had that same. 'Cause she was like the third musketeer for Pappy and
And Sue,
right?
the children.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, the
The
lollies. The
sexualized children,
lollies.
yeah.
Yeah, the lollies.
yeah.
I mean, like I think fuck it. You know,
Just
what?
stop
Fuck
trying,
it.
man.
Shweebs.
Stop trying.
Shweebs, help me, help me.
Well, he's drowning.
Yeah,
He
I'm
needs the help. Okay, so fuck, man. They get this letter, this threatening letter.
Yeah.
And I guess their way to try and figure out who wrote the letter is they're just going to all start taking him out on dates. Like that's like their plan.
This is okay.
It's
so
a
this
really
is
bad plan.
this is a good plot arc.
Is it? It's a plot arc.
It was the closest thing that felt like plot the whole time was like who wrote the letter.
Exactly.
Yeah, who wrote the
and
letter.
all they did was use it to introduce more monsters one episode at a time.
Yeah.
No,
That's it.
not only that, but they were trying to. They set it all up so that they would try to like persuade people to, end up getting closer to one another.
You're right. That was like a side thing that Smith planned, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, well, we'll lure out whoever wrote this letter, and then also, we'll get Darling to actually date some of these fucking monsters because he's not doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you that. Plot.
There we go.
had one.
And there's one.
Almost an hour in, and Mikey got one.
Yeah, amazing. So yeah, and constantly every time he's out on a date, all the other monsters are just like following around, spying on them continuously the whole time. Like that's how it's happening. One after another.
Jealous rage.
Yeah. Okay. So we meet that crazy dragon who kidnaps Mia and like literally tries to rape her on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was uncomfortable.
That was actually my least favorite arc.
Good.
Because that one was
Yeah. And then for some reason, at first you think it's a dude, and then turns out it's a woman.
Yeah.
But like, why?
Because why not?
Yep.
Again,
Exactly. Exactly.
It's the androgynous angle, right? Again,
representation matters.
Yeah.
This is them giving the fans everything they want for all of the individual
Everything they
sexual
wrote on their
interests.
comment cards and dropped in the box.
Absolutely.
Representation
And that's
matters.
actually really, really huge in anime in general is like androgynous characters.
Sure.
And playing,
We've seen it a million
playing with
times.
that, right?
Yeah.
And again, it can be done in really interesting, artistic, beautiful, creative ways.
Yeah. Or
and
very
then
heavy-handedly like.
for porn reasons.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
but, like, even
that wasn't
still-
even that porny. Like. I
Like
don't know.
in the cosplay community too, right? There's a lot of people of the opposite gender that role play,
Yeah,
right? And
it's
cosplay,
awesome.
Yeah.
right?
So cool.
And which is huge there, right? Like, and you even see that too in an anime that I just recently finished, which I loved, was My Dress Up Darling, right? And you see that there, and you see that representation and some of the feelings that people go through. Which again, that's another great anime that we're gonna have to watch.
I'm in for anything you make me watch, but I will make you feel bad about it if it's this bad.
It's
It
not.
won't be.
No,
Okay,
it's not
good.
this bad. It's actually a really cute, very like a cute love story.
More
It's
heartwarming.
Okay.
More heartwarming. Very straightforward. No, there's
There's a soul in there.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay.
Okay,
So
let's
hold
wrap
on.
it. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Wait, unless you guys a couple other good ones.
I mean,
was there any other standouts? I feel like
Yeah.
I mean we had some good spider shit. you
there's
know.
the spider again. There's a devil at one point pulling pranks.
Yeah.
And they catch her, and the spider ties her up and punishes her.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's really not the headless girl we talked about. That's kind of it, actually. Oh, at one point there, like I swear that I saw a dog walk across the street, like a monster that wasn't in the show.
I don't know if I
Like one walked across in the background or was running in the background of a couple scenes, but then she didn't get an episode. Anyways.
Could have
probably.
been.
Doesn't
There's
matter.
a lot more characters
Yeah.
in the manga.
Yeah.
A
Okay.
lot.
That's
yeah,
probably
like
why.
again, all the subspecies come out later in the manga. I haven't read the manga, but I just know that it's much longer than the anime.
Yeah.
Right, and a lot more characters.
Yeah.
Seven-
Subspecies
17
are cool.
volumes of manga.
Yeah,
That's
right?
A
So-
lot of.
You got to really love this shit in order to just sit through that.
Yeah, it's popular, man.
Does it have plot, or is it just this?
I think it's more of that.
It's like it's slice of life, really. It's a slice of life harem fantasy. At the end of the day,
But even a slice of
You're
life,
reaching, dude. You're so reaching for like anything you can tack onto this. That's not
slice of
just
life harem.
That's not
fantasy.
just porn, dude.
At the end of the day, yeah.
like. If you have all 17 volumes of Monster Musume manga, I sincerely want to know.
Why?
Yeah, like what is it?
yes.
Is
if you
it-
are listening or if you are watching,
Is it a
please
sexual
comment.
thing, or are you really invested in these characters in this story? Because
Yeah.
I'm marveled at your ability to find that
Yeah,
here.
I agree. And this should say something coming from the guy who found all that in Dragon Maid, which I thought was as far from that as you could get before I saw this. So like, you know what I mean? And now I realize it's there. You know what I mean? And you found it, and I didn't. And I feel bad for not finding it now
You'll get
because
there.
now I've seen this.
Yeah. I love that for you.
Yeah.
I love that journey for you.
I think we needed that in our friendship. We needed this. Jay and I needed this.
Yeah, this is the repair from the Beck episode.
Mikey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm here for you guys.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank you for
I'll always
being-
mediate.
Thank you for being so horny.
Yeah. thank you for edging your way through the show and coming to other material so that we could come together.
We could edge our way back to a closer friendship.
Yes.
And
There you
come
go.
together.
Exactly.
And have that friendship dock.
That was one step too far.
Cut it there.
Oh man. Okay. Do we want to give ratings and close this out now?
Yeah, let's give ratings. All right.
I fucking love you.
Yeah.
I love you. You're so
This is
funny,
probably
man.
the most ridiculous episode we've recorded
By
by
far.
far.
By
Yeah.
far.
Times a million.
This is like this is literally a gift to like our diehards, to like
Yeah.
our day
Yeah.
ones that,
100%.
Yeah.
that have just been waiting for us to do something
Yeah.
unhinged.
Yeah.
Well, it happens.
Thank you,
happens.
Mitch.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
Yeah.
give you my rating. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10.
Okay. Okay. Where are those 2 points coming from?
Yeah.
It was. I laughed a little bit at the absurdity.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's literally the only reason. And I loved watching this, knowing you told me to watch it, and knowing that you had watched it before, without being forced to, and watched it all. That
yeah.
was enjoyable. That gave it an extra point. That's pretty much it.
The fact that I watched it while it was airing.
You chose.
Yeah, I chose to watch it
And
while
didn't
it was
give
airing.
up.
No.
Not at
And I've
any
actually
point.
watched it more than once.
And you're about to watch it another time because you just found out you can watch it with nips.
Oh,
Listen,
fuck.
listen. They're nice nips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like 90% inverted, which is like a weird artistic choice Japan loves to make.
Weird.
But anyways,
All right.
Mikey, enjoy the nips. buddy.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
buddy.
They're waiting for you.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, how about you?
I'm willing to give this one more point than Jordy.
Art for the art, maybe.
3 out of 10. Yeah, just because like I've been exposed to this kind of material, probably slightly more.
Sure.
So like
And the character designs are cool.
yeah, so like the off-putting aspects like aren't as strong.
It wasn't
necessarily.
fresh for you.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like there's just the lack of substance, the lack of character development, the lack of plot, the lack of so much.
Lack of everything but almost fucking.
And then again, leaving me in that confused zone about
Yeah.
whether or not I should be horny or not is like I don't like that.
Yeah.
You want to know.
I want to either be horny or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate floating.
There's a
there.
time for horniness and a time for not, and I
That's
need
right.
to know what I'm going to
There's a
watch.
spectrum of feelings that you can enjoy.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so why not enjoy the confusion?
because I gotta get shit done, man.
Yeah, I also the confusion what didn't work for me either. I didn't like being conflicted about why I was laughing. I was like, is it okay to laugh at this?
I gotta get through my day somehow, man.
Yeah.
I can't just be like borderline horny all day. 'Cause
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah, and confused. Horny and confused
Yeah.
is two that they don't go
Yeah.
well together.
Yeah.
Fuck you both. I'm giving this one a fucking 7.5.
Wow.
7.5?
Wow, dude. Wow. Wow, dude.
Man, that was a fuck you to both of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold on.
Now I want to go back and see what you scored all the other shows you've ever watched before.
Exactly. What did you give initial D, motherfucker?
Hey, if those cars fucked though, or if
Yeah. Or if they weren't CG.
Let me just say, I would sooner fuck that RX-7 than Horse Lady.
I think I called you
Yeah.
out on wanting to fuck that car
Yeah.
in that episode.
The Panda Torino.
I'd do
But
it.
yes.
All right.
This was just a simple, fun, like brain candy. There's no, it's like again, I will.
Dick and ball candy.
Yeah, it's like watching like oddly like Trailer Park Boys, but for anime. Where
It's not
Trailer
like
Park
that,
Boys,
though.
well, okay, not as far as the.
Explain yourself here for a second.
Trailer Park
Wait,
Boys
wait,
ever
wait.
gave me a weird boner.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, as in the same vein as it's just like candy. It's like there's nothing really like substance to it. There's no real substance to it. I will
Sure.
agree with you guys there. But it's just something to put on. It's fun. You don't have to think. You just consume it. It makes you giggle. Like
I understand what you're saying. I'm going to disagree with your correlation to Trailer Park Boys, but I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
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 I just think if you want that, there are other choices
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get to hit those same notes that you're saying, that like mindless, don't need to think, fun,
Yeah.
enjoyable.
And some of them
Dragon Maid.
Some of them also
Yeah.
like have boobs and fan service.
Dragon Maid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
but this one just gives me more.
More Rule 34.
More is more with this one.
I feel like
More is
this
more,
one.
Rule 34.
I feel like go from Dragon Maid, skip this one, and then just go all the way instead. This lives in a weird, just over the line spot where you're already over the line.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's nice to know where that line is and then play with it.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I get it.
On that note, guys, we hope you play with it.
Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
yeah.
We love you guys.
We love you guys.
We do, really.
Okay.
I love you, Mikey, despite your weird boners.
Yes, we all love each other very much. We're gonna go hug.
Oh shit. I'm sweating.
See you guys.
Bye guys.
Peace.
See ya.